Hey, let me show you how to create sweater nails. I got a request and I want to show you how I do it. This video is strictly about technique and not design. The first thing you're going to need is some clear acrylic powder. This design can be done over a glossy top coat or a matte top coat, and matte is my preference. You'll also need a liner brush and a dotting tool. I'm going to start by painting the base on my nail tips. One will be a wine color and the other will be a navy blue color. I'm going to do the wine nail with a glossy background and the navy color will be matte. I'm going to apply my top coats now. Again, the wine nail is going to be glossy and the blue nail will be matte. I'm doing one coat of each and curing for 60 seconds. While I have those curing in my lamp, I'm going to put a little of each color onto my palette. I'm sprinkling in just a little bit of the clear acrylic powder, and please don't ask me about this damn spoon because I got it from a girl in my nail class. Look, I don't have any backstory on that. I needed a little spoon and she gave it to me. I don't have measurements for the acrylic powder. You just want to sprinkle in a little bit to give it some structure, but it should still be workable. If it looks too thick when you run your liner brush through it, add a little bit more gel polish. If it still seems runny, add a little bit more of acrylic powder. With sweater nails, you can draw whatever you want on the nail. In my opinion, it really does not matter. You're just trying to get that textured look. So you can draw more of a traditional sweater pattern. And I suggest that you look on Pinterest for ideas. I find a lot of my ideas on Pinterest. It's kind of hard to see on a glossy background, which is why I prefer doing my sweater nails on matte. You can see the detail so much better. You want to make sure that whatever design you draw, that you put enough space between each little design so that they don't run into one another. It's really hard to see on a glossy nail when you're trying to draw your design elements, which is why I didn't do too many on this particular nail because I really couldn't see what I was doing. Yeah, just you can draw whatever you want, and once you're happy with your design, you want to sprinkle on your acrylic powder. The key to getting a good sweater nail is to let the acrylic powder sit on the wet polish before you cure it for about 15 to 20 seconds. Set it to the side. I use those little press-on stands so that I don't knock it over. Just let that acrylic powder set in, and once it sets in for about 15 or 20 seconds, go ahead and cure for 60 seconds. As you can see on the matte nail, you can see those details a whole lot better, which is why I like to use matte for my sweater nails. So with this nail, I'm doing more of a traditional sweater nail because I can see it a little bit better. I am going to just connect these lines and add my lines down each side. As I stated before, this video is not about design, but more about the technique. Any design that you're sprinkling acrylic powder on is a sweater nail. It doesn't have to be a sweater pattern per se, but whatever you draw and sprinkle that acrylic powder on, it's a sweater nail. So yeah. I really love the contrast between the shiny and matte before I put on the acrylic powder. It allows me to see where I can add more details a lot easier as opposed to trying to do it over glossy. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle my acrylic powder on, but I'm also going to show you how you will know if you sprinkled on enough. So do you see that little shiny spot right there? That's how I know that area was not fully covered with the acrylic powder, and I'm going to sprinkle on a little bit more. If I would have left that shiny, that spot would have been shiny once it cured in the lamp. So I'm going back in just to make sure I fully cover the entire nail, and I'm going to let it sit for 15 seconds before I cure. Now that the nails have been fully cured, I'm going to remove any loose acrylic powder with my dust brush, and then I'm going to take my nail cleaning brush and just really get in there and remove any excess acrylic powder. With this glossy nail, if I wanted to go back in and add some dots or additional details, smaller details, I could. I would just repeat those steps and cure. And yeah, add a little bit more if you want to. The navy nail came out really well. It's all set to go. I don't need to add anything else. And yeah, I don't suggest this technique for a frequent hand washer just because I don't think they hold up as well. They start to look shiny over time. So yeah, keep your everyday life in mind with this particular design. I hope this video helped you. I hope it answered questions. If not, please leave them in the comments. If there's something you want to see, let me know and I will try to record it. Thank you all so much for the love and support, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.